Hello there, lovely people. It's Alex from Nintendo Life here, and today I'm going to be talking to you about a game that we may have covered once or twice on the channel. Yes, Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been playing the game basically every single day for over a month now, and if you're wondering how I've been able to play it before release, because I get an amazing number of comments about that. And I just wanted to give some thoughts about the game now that I've been playing for over a month, because it's one of those games where it really does change over time. Stuff has changed, and I don't want you to take this as a formal review, and nothing I say here invalidates what I've already said about the review. I was very careful about that. But still, it's thoughts. But anyway, that's more than enough waffling. Let's dive right into things. First of all, yes, I said I've been playing the game every single day, or practically every single day, and yeah, that is true. It has been basically every single day, and that's not out of any sort of, you know, obligation or feeling of I need to, which is also a feeling of obligation. I have just wanted to play the game. There's still so much I can do in the game. There's so much that I can do just on a daily basis as well. Older games, you know, you'd log on, you know, you play a couple of hours and you sort of be done. Whilst nowadays, you know, I'm waking up in the morning, I'm going downstairs, grabbing my Switch, sometimes taking it to bed with me, not like that. Then when me and Sasha have both woken up, we start playing Animal Crossing pretty much straight away, in bed, in the dark. It's great. Then I start working like I'm doing here, and then, you know, sort of at the end of the day, we'll have dinner. We go right back onto Animal Crossing. It's a problem. One of the biggest factors that I was really worried about in the review was the fact that it's one of those games that does last so long. Can it possibly hold your attention for months and months at a time? And whilst I can't necessarily answer for months and months, 1 month, yeah, easily. And I'm honestly surprised. I did genuinely think it would hold my attention for a long time. You know, I'm talking months at a time, you know, 6 months and stuff like that. But that was me assuming that I'd be dipping into it every couple of days or maybe once or twice a week, something like that. But instead, I am playing basically religiously every single day. First thing in the morning, last thing at night, I'm playing Animal Crossing, and it's absolutely ridiculous. And I still feel like I've done nothing in my town, which is stupid because I obviously have. You know, I've unlocked pretty much everything now, as far as I know. As far as I'm aware, I've unlocked absolutely everything. I've had Terraforming for ages now, and I really haven't applied myself with it properly. And I haven't time traveled at all. I'm playing it as Nintendo intended, but if you want to time travel, that's up to you. It's your game. You paid for it. Time travel if you want to, I don't care. The really interesting thing, which I couldn't really possibly have been aware of when it was in the review phase, was the fact that you unlock things, you don't necessarily unlock things in the same order. And it just comes down to what things you do, what you prioritize, and things like that. For example, you know, my partner Sasha, she unlocked, what was it, not the campsite? She unlocked customization like way before I did. Like, I got customization the same day that I got the improved resident services as a proper building rather than a tent. And Isabel appeared and whoa, spoilers. So I was genuinely baffled when she was just like, oh, I'm customizing this thing. And I was like, you're still in a tent, how can you possibly do that? And it's just really interesting to see that the game does seem to feature some semi-non-linear progression, I suppose, or at least it is linear, but you kind of hop between various different points. That was a really interesting feature that I wasn't possibly aware of, because it was just me playing it, and you can't really chat with anyone else who has it because nobody else has it. I remember when I was doing the preview, when I did the hands-on, and it was something that carried over to the review in a mindset. I don't think I actually mentioned it in the review, but it was the idea that there was a lot more to do on a day, and you know, you go around and just chopping all the wood for the day and getting all the resources from the rocks. Honestly, I haven't really been doing that, and I've still found my days to be absolutely chock-a-block. There have been very, very few instances where I'm like, I've run out of things to do. I mean, that has happened, don't get me wrong, but it's been, I think I've had it like 2 or 3 times since the review, and that's usually been because I myself am tired and I've lost creativity, but there's always something that I can be doing. It does help that I've got these ridiculous, lofty ideas of what I want my island to look like in Terraforming, I'm going to talk about it in more detail later, but terraforming really has been a colossal game changer. And I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where the hours are going. I honestly couldn't tell you what I did yesterday evening, but I spent a load of time playing Animal Crossing, that's for sure. It's almost just nice to exist in the game. It's just nice to be there. Nice to be on this island. Nice to chat to some animals. Nice to think, oh, what could I do here? Grab some fruit and, oh, I need a bit of cash. Oh, I could build a ramp. Oh, I could build a bridge. And I've got so many bridges in my village. I know with terraforming I could just like narrow the rivers, which I know a lot of people have done. But I like my Zen bridges, and yeah, it's the Zen bridges, which they ain't cheap. I've been getting into the stalk market as well. I'm actually sitting on like 2,700 turnips or something like that, a little bit less than that actually. And it's just bonkers, and I'm just playing the game, indulging in it, and every time I get a huge bell influx, you know, the sort of money I could only dream of in Wild World, you know, selling a load of turnips and getting, you know, 600,000 bells and thinking, how am I possibly going to be able to spend all this? And then I buy a bridge and an incline and poof, it's all gone. It's all gone in an instant. Every single time I load the game up, I'm not thinking, okay, well, I'll just do X, Y, Z. I'm loading up thinking, what am I going to do today? You know, what am I going to do? And I will find something to do, and it does not take me long. And it's, you know, maybe it's just little things like, oh, I've seen Sasha. She's got one of these fast butterflies flying around. I better go and find one of them, or one of these giant water bugs that she seems to find incessantly on those bloody mystery islands, and I still haven't found one. I'm getting a tiny bit rambly here, and I know some of you absolutely love that, but I do want to try and remain a little bit focused, so now I'm going to start talking about terraforming, or like landscaping, whatever they call it. Terraforming! Oh my god, my great goggly goodness. That when I first saw that it was a thing, I thought, wow, think of the possibilities you can do with that. That's loads. You can make high bits, you can make low bits, you can make rivers, you can make lakes, you can make ponds. Pales in comparison to what you can actually do. My god, can you do so much with this thing? And there are some people that will probably want more, you know, sort of some people who maybe are big Minecraft players or something like that, where you have almost unlimited creativity, and you don't really have unlimited creativity with this. But even so, for an Animal Crossing game, this is like all but unlimited creativity. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with it, and I don't think I'm alone in saying that I was overwhelmed. I was really overwhelmed with terraforming as a whole. It was like, wow, this is amazing. I can build stuff up, I can knock stuff down. I can do anything! What am I gonna do? I mainly mucked around before, but now I've actually sort of done something that I've sort of planned out, and what I've basically done is what I was focusing on is, what do I want my home to be? And what I was thinking is I could have some sort of like hidden little grove or something, and it's all wooded and all lovely, and you know, you have to go through a secret passage or something like that. And I kind of took that idea and sort of extrapolated upon it, and I went away from the wooded and went towards apples. So I actually want to show you what I've done, because I'm also weirdly proud of it. There's little waterfalls and everything, and you have this tree that you can see, and it's a pear tree, and you're like, hey, that's a pear tree. But if you go just a little bit further, you look in, you can find that there is a hidden path. It is not a sheer cliff, and I know it's not amazingly well hidden. It's not designed to be. It's just meant to be fun. And I've built a little pathway, and it goes up. You've got these little trickling waterfalls there, and just a small little body of water. Nothing extreme. No fish ever spawn in there, but it's just small and nice, and I like it. And you go through, and there's my house, and there's the secret beach that everyone is probably going to be using for their house because it's great. And I've got a little path leading to the secret beach. I've got a little sort of sun lounger type thing. I haven't been able to get anything better for it, but I like it, shut up. But the real thing I'm proud of is the kind of theme I was going for, which is, what would I want as my ideal home? And indoors, I was like, I don't have anywhere near the stuff that I want. So I've just kind of left the indoors. It's a bit of a mess at the moment. But then the outdoors, just to the left of the house from normal perspective, I've got a little orchard. I've got these little steps that go up to this little walled area, which you may well have saw a bit of earlier on. and it's just an orchard, and it's just apples in there, and there's so many! And honestly, I love it. I kind of tried to keep a relatively natural shape and then build around that, because that's what I wanted. I wanted it to look like I had sort of found this place and made it my own, and I trimmed a few bits here and there, but I didn't make any colossal changes to the shape of the cliff. And some people may well be watching this and saying, Alex, that's not impressive. I've seen someone make an entire, I don't know, another game in Animal Crossing or something. And yeah, that's fine. That's fine, that's great, and that's very impressive, but this is what I've built. This is what I'm proud of. And I think some people put too much pressure on themselves when it comes to Animal Crossing. I am tremendously proud of this little tiny project I've made. It's far from perfect. It is way far from perfect, but I'm very happy with it. And just knowing that there's little things I can do to change it, and little things, I also want to like build the entire sort of like shopping district up on a higher level, just next to it, and there's going to be like rivers running through, just little ones, and it's just going to be lovely. And that is the thing with terraforming, and that is something that I did not fully appreciate until I had some real time to properly process it in my head. This is colossal. And if I hadn't already given the game a 10, I'd give it a 10 now! I've also very recently started making a little restaurant area, and it's very basic. I've seen some way better restaurants online, but again, it's mine. Shove off. Now, I don't want to say that the limitations of terraforming compared to something like Minecraft, where there are almost no limitations, makes it, you know, is better. You should have fewer options. Far from it. But for me personally, definitely, I think having limitations means I have to think about things in a slightly more creative way, rather than just going in and having too many options and blah, you know, and, you know, just sort of making whatever I want and then changing anything on the fly. Instead, it's almost like it's hard work, but the end result is all the sweeter as a result. It feels like I've come into this world, and God, this sounds wanky. I've come into this world and I've made my mark on it, rather than just I'm making this entire world from scratch. I'm not. I've come in and I've molded it. I've not, you know, sort of 3D printed something. What I've done is I've had a lump of clay and I've shaped it how I wanted it. I haven't got any more clay, but I can just shape it how I want. Maybe I could have some more clay. That may well be one of the saddest things I've ever said, but it is genuinely how I feel about it. And 1 month in, Animal Crossing, New Horizons. Is it still good? Of course it is. I think, if anything, I'm having more fun now than I had when I was doing the review, and part of that may be because, well, I've mentioned it in like on my Twitter and stuff like that, but we were having a kitchen refit at the time that I was reviewing the game, which was actually a brilliant distraction. Animal Crossing, a distraction from the kitchen, not the other way round. Appreciate my kitchen, damn it! But I think I've been able to relax into it a little bit more, and being able to sort of being sort of gently eased into all the new mechanics and the DIY systems and things like that. I just feel like every time I turn on the game now, it's more of a joy. I'm more excited to go in and see what's in the Able Sisters shop. I'm more excited to go into Nook's Cranny and find out what weird bugnet they've got. I'm more excited to start molding the island however I see fit. I'm more excited to move someone's bloody house, which I chose the position of, and then I decided I wanted a little sort of a wooded outdoor bath or something. Actually, that's a plan I've got. I wouldn't say that every day I wake up and play Animal Crossing feeling better about the game than I ever had previously. It has ups and downs, obviously, but you know, and the eggs, mate, the eggs. But I am still 1 month in, waking up and thinking, when can I play Animal Crossing? I want to play Animal Crossing. I have to work all day, sometimes not even playing Animal Crossing, and no one can know what that feels like. I don't know what the future months are gonna bring. I don't know whether I'm still gonna be playing this game every single day and having the stupid big smile across my face whenever I pick up the damn Switch in, you know, sort of a month, 2 months, 3 months time. But right now, a month in, well, over a month now, yeah, I couldn't be happier. I could not be happier with Animal Crossing New Horizons. Part of it, I think, is due to what's going on in the world right now. Part of it is just because it is a game so bloody deserving of your time and so grotesquely charming, it can't help but make you happy. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then why don't you smile at that subscribe button and be sure to check out nintendolife.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo-related content. Thank you again for watching. Bye-bye.